Okay guys, I'm here today with Jeff Shaw, a huge honor for me. Guys, I just started a seminar here at his school, the Bernardo BJJ in Washington, and you were organizing the Jiu-Jitsu Festival, which is Jiu-Jitsu seminars from Thursday to Sunday. I taught the class today on Saturday. It was one of the biggest turnouts, like 90 people on the mat. That was amazing. Or maybe even more than 90.
Yeah, no, people kept coming out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and guys, Jeff does an amazing job. He had a podcast at some point when I met him. He didn't even have the school, and now he's doing an amazing job here with this community. And today he's going to show us here one of his favorite attacks from side control, which is the Origami Choke.
Origami Choke, yes.
And I'm super excited to learn this.
All right, let's do it. So I have Bernardo in side control. My techniques are really low risk because once we've done the hard work to pass the guard, people's guards are so good these days, once we get in side control, we want to make sure that we lock them down. So I want to make sure my partner stays flat, and I want to make sure I take this hip and block it. So I'm going to go chest to chest with Bernardo, have a good cross face, all of our techniques here to keep our buddy flat. I'm going to pull out the lapel, palm down. A great black belt, Mazi Haydari at Chapel Hill Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, once showed me he swats out this lapel before he even hits the mat. Because if you start playing with it, they might think you're doing something with it. We normally control our partner with an underhook here to pin them, but once I get this lapel out, I can feed it to my hand palm down, and we call this the mock underhook. Because now I have this hand free to attack, and if Bernardo tries to get on his side, it's actually very difficult.
Yeah, for
right?
both sides here. I'm stuck.
It's a powerful control, and if this is all you get out of this technique, that's fine. But we're going to try a really low risk choke today, where even if we don't get it right and we don't choke them, we're going to stay on top, pinning them with their lapel, tying them up. The main thing that you're going to have to get the feel with is when to slack off with this grip. Because initially, we want this grip super tight so we can pin our buddy, but as I switch sides, I'm gonna slack off so that I can choke him. So the first thing I do to keep my pinning control, I keep my chest weight down on his chest and I reach my hand to this side. You can grab the pants or block the hip, but I'm gonna turn my left shoulder down into Bernardo's sternum while I bring my head to this other side. And you see how my knees are off the mat, and now if Bernardo tries to move around, it's very difficult. And he's carrying my weight the whole time, just like in Bernardo's famous over-under pass. He can move a little bit, but you can just follow him. So now when I'm trying to choke, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left hand grip and slack off as I walk. And as I walk, Bernardo kind of comes up a little on his side. I take the other lapel out, and now I'm going to loop it under Bernardo's neck.
My God.
It's very tight right away, right?
Yeah.
And you can get a lot of taps here, but even if you don't, what you're going to do is go and walk back north-south. And just sink. And it's just...
This is really tight.
Yeah, it's really tight right away.
Like,
so
was hurting the neck as well. Like, not even like a choke, but it's just like so much pressure on the neck.
It's very painful, and you end up, it is a collar choke, a cross choke, because your hands are like this carrying their lapels, but depending on how tight their lapels are, they can get a neck crank, they can tap before the choke even starts to come on.
One more time, Jeff.
One more time, absolutely. So I'm on top and we do it to the other side. And the reason that we do this move is, let's say I mess it up and I don't choke, or maybe his lapels, maybe he washed his gi and dried it too much and the lapels are too short. We're still on top pinning them. So I don't like risk it, like going for the armbar from mount, you might end up on the bottom. I don't ever want to end up on the bottom. So I'm here. If all I'm doing is pinning, I reach the lapel out, put it horizontally, and feed it as tight as I can in the armpit. And this is going to make it really difficult for your partner to get on their side. Sometimes that's all we want. If we want to choke them, our wrist is going to go down like this. Otherwise, you might hurt your wrist. So as I pin, I'm going to grab the knee, turn my shoulder into the sternum, put my head here, watch my right hand. See how it starts to slack off as I walk, and I get him on his side, which is what I want. Now I take this other lapel, and I'm going to make it as wide as I possibly can and go under. And it's just like a collar choke from here. You can sometimes get them to tap from here, but if you can't, you're just going to go sternum to sternum and north-south. And as Bernardo taps, I'm going to let go. And if we weren't tapping, we would just pull our elbows to our hips and finish the choke that way.
How did you come up with it? You invented these, or
I didn't know. So it's a rare choke, but I originally learned it from Ricardo Gracie, who's one of the 80cc champion, all-time great. He taught my instructor at the time, but other than that, I've seen fewer than 5 people do this choke.
I've never seen that before. Like, this is incredible,
dude. It's so
much like the baseball choke that you'll be, but it's a lot more involved with, like,
exactly. And like that's why the control is the most important part, right? Because if you're on top, they're carrying your weight, and you're not in danger, you're going to choke them eventually.
No, I agree. I agree. And Jeff, can you talk a little bit about the GTC festival that you organize every year here in Bellingham?
Yeah, absolutely. So we bring in amazing instructors. We had you this year, Dominica, who's a 4-time world champion, Hillary Van Arnhem, amazing school in Portland, Unicorn Jiu-Jitsu, Jake Whitfield, one of the best all-around instructors I know, who teaches at Chapel Hill Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And what we want to do is we want to have at least one big event every day of Jiu-Jitsu. But we also have community events. Tomorrow we're going to have artists selling art. We're going to do an outdoor festival with food and music. It's really important to me to spread Jiu-Jitsu and to spread a positive image of Jiu-Jitsu so that folks that don't know they're going to love it see it so they can love it.
Yeah, no, and one thing that really caught my attention, tomorrow you guys are closing the street, right? So this is gonna go beyond Jiu-Jitsu, because it's gonna be like the community of Bellingham will also join, right?
That is 100% right. My whole philosophy is, how do you know you're gonna love Jiu-Jitsu if you never see it? But if you walk by it and you see somebody doing an over-under pass, you're like, oh, that's the coolest thing. Or the Faria guard, where you're sweeping somebody on top. The people that are going to love it need to see it in order to know that how cool Jiu-Jitsu is and how much it can enrich your life.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, thanks for hosting this, and I really enjoyed teaching a seminar here on your GTC festival.
It was my pleasure.
And I hope to come back. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Bernardo.
Thanks. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.